So here in this question we have a problems based on polynomials. Okay, so this question says that on May 20th, 2020, supercyclonic storm Alpha hits West Bengal. It caused widespread damage in West Bengal. It caused widespread damage in West Bengal. Due to this, thousands of trees were uprooted and electrical poles were bent, or some electrical poles bent into the shape of parabola shown below. Okay, so here they have given the electrical pole is bent in the shape of parabola. So whenever it is a quadratic equation, when the zeros are 2, we will get a quadratic, parabola like this for a quadratic equation. Okay, quadratic polynomial in the shape of parabola as shown below. A parabola is represented by a quadratic polynomial. Here they have given directly that whatever polynomial we have, it is a quadratic polynomial. So we have to keep it in mind, whenever it is a quadratic polynomial, we will have two zeros. Okay, so based on the above information, answer the given question. Okay, so this is the graph they have given. So in the first question, the zeros of the quadratic polynomial represented by parabola is r. So whenever it is a quadratic polynomial, at max we say we have two zeros. Why we say at max? Because it can have zero zeros, no zeros, or it can have one zero, that is equal zeros, or it can have two different zeros, that is two zeros. Okay, so since the parabola is intersecting, this is our x-axis, parabola is intersecting our x-axis at two different points. So one point, okay, at one point it is intersecting -1. So 1 0, that is alpha, we will take it as -1, and the other zero beta we will take it as 3. Okay, so zeros of the quadratic polynomial represented by, so which are the zeros here? -1, this one, and 3 are the zeros. Okay, -1, 3 are the zeros. For the next question, alpha we will take it as -1 and beta we will take it as 3. Okay, and the second sub question, find the quadratic polynomial representing the above parabola. Okay, so using these zeros we have to form a quadratic polynomial. To form a quadratic polynomial, we have the standard equation p of x is equal to k into x square alpha plus beta into x into alpha plus beta. So alpha plus beta, what is our alpha? Alpha is -1 according to this parabola, and alpha is plus 3, or we can take it as 3, beta is plus 3, or we can take it as 3. Now substitute those two values in the given formula, that is quadratic formula. So k, keep it as it is, x square minus alpha value -1 plus beta value plus 3 into x plus alpha into beta, -1 into 3, -1 into 3. Now simplify the above equation, x square. Okay, so -1, keep it as it is. First whatever we have inside bracket, we'll simplify this one. Plus 3 -1 is equal to 2, x plus -1 into 3 is -3. Again simplify, k into x square -2 into x is -2x plus into -3. Okay, since we don't have any fractions over here, the coefficient of x square, that is a, is not a fraction. Coefficient of x, that is 2 -2, is not a fraction. C is also not fraction. So we take k is equal to 1. Therefore, our required polynomial is x square -2x -3. So this polynomial, this parabola is represented by the polynomial x square -2x -3. Okay, so always keep it in mind. One more point you need to remember, that whenever the parabola is facing upwards, U shape, whenever it is in the U shape, then we can say that the coefficient of x square, we have to keep it in mind that by looking at the parabola itself, we have to decide whether getting whatever the equation we get, the values of that. Okay, so if the parabola is facing upwards, then this is our standard equation. In this standard equation, the value of a will be positive. If the value of a, if a is positive, then the parabola will be facing upwards. Again, in the next case study, we are having this condition. Okay, if a is negative, what is a? The coefficient of x square. If the coefficient of x square is positive, the parabola will be facing upwards. If the coefficient a is negative, then the parabola will be facing downwards. This question can be asked for MCQ or in case study also. So this point you keep it in mind. Parabola facing upwards, parabola facing downwards. So in the next sub question, if the parabola shown in the above figure is moved leftwards for 1 minute, okay, so note this point, left through 1 minute. So the parabola is shifting left, okay. So 1 minute means here we have at -1, it should come at -2, it should come over here, okay, and here we have at 3, it should come here. I mean the values are getting decreased by 1, the values are getting decreased by 1. If it is moving rightwards, then the values, I mean zeros, are increasing by 1. Okay, so here we will get a parabola like this. If it is moving towards left, then we are getting a parabola like this. Okay, so here we had it at -1, the 0 was at -1, it is shifting leftwards, it came to -2. Here in this case we had at 3, it came at 2. We are shifting the parabola left, okay, so we are shifting towards 1 unit. Okay, so here what are the zeros now? Alpha is equal to -2 and beta is equal to 2. Here is it compulsory that this should be alpha and this is beta? No, it is not like that. This can also be alpha, this can also be beta. We can take anyway. Okay, then the given quadratic polynomial, then the quadratic polynomial representing it is, okay, they have not asked zeros here. Okay, what we have to form? We have to form a quadratic polynomial as in we have formed in the previous question. So to get a quadratic polynomial we should have zeros. To have a zeros we should have a parabola or we should have a graph. So we have formed a graph. Using the graph we have got the zeros. Now using these zeros we are going to form a quadratic polynomial. Okay, so what is our alpha now? -2. What is our beta? That is equal to 2. Okay, it can be exchanged also. Alpha can be 2, beta can be -2, but I have taken it as -2 and +2. So -2 plus 2 into x plus -2 into 2. Okay, so k into x square plus 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 into x is 0 itself. So the x variable is, we don't have that variable over here. -2 into +2 is -4. -4 into +4 is -4. Again, coefficient of x square is not a fraction and the constant is also not a fraction. So k is equal to 1. The quadratic polynomial, the polynomial representing this graph is x square minus 4. P of x is equal to x square minus 4. This is the graph. These are the zeros. Using the zeros, we have got the quadratic polynomial. In the same way, in the other way, using the quadratic polynomial, we can get the zeros and we can form the parabola or the graph for the given quadratic polynomial. Okay, that is about this question.